Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Sturzdorf. Yes, indeed. Apologies, just casually forgot which map we were fighting on. Happens from time to time, I fear. But nonetheless, we shall be seeing two forces clash. We shall be seeing in the southern corner Sdkfzschwerpunkt, fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 10th Armored. Opposing him shall be Kissaguy. No thanks, I don't swing that way, but then again, that's also one of the marvels of company views. Usernames, you really get some curious ones from time to time, and some just plain out daft. This one's just sort of, yeah. Anyways, we are seeing a 2 pioneer start, Volksgrenadiers on the way. Looks like we are seeing a 2 engineer start as well from the American commander, although we were both have been pretty swiftly getting up their barracks and their Wehrmacht quarters. And both swinging towards fuel and whatnot. So this should be an interesting match. Both players are certainly not incompetent and should be an interesting match for the American. What did I say the Wehrmacht was fighting for? 13th Volksgrenadiers? Yes, indeed, they are now at least. Standing there. Also got a bit of a mention right there in the in-game news alongside 4 other channels, so hurrah for that, in particular considering there's been a huge Steam sales for any new comers. Welcome one and all. The Propagandacast is all about company of heroes, but also World War II heroes. So not all about company heroes, but let's just kindly forget that. A bit of historical detail, tactical, strategic analysis on top of that as well. And of course novice matches, and of course generally just trying to be as diverse as possible within the 1 vs 1 and 2 vs 2 realm. Also a fun fact, when you send in replays, do also kindly tell where on the ladder you are positioned. Makes it a lot easier for me to actually sort of take care of things, and of course who you are in the match as well. Second Volksgrenadier unit out, we are seeing riflemen out here for Schwerpunkt, focusing a bit on the east and the west. Some riflemen taking the Wehrmacht on directly, others just taking points, which is not a bad idea. Riflemen are pretty much early on the fastest capping unit, I believe, perhaps alongside the Kettenkrat, but still, Kettenkrats can't fight back. Riflemen can. Engineer goes down, rifleman pushing up here. Carefully turning a bit. Good use of cover. I mean, light cover generally like this, for example, is more all directional, but again, some bits are more directional. Right here, though, we are seeing 10 Volksgrenadiers versus 6 riflemen. This is not going to end up well. They will need to retreat, and of course, good usage of using the Volksgrenadiers together. Volksgrenadiers are more a unit you actually need to use, sort of supporting each other or being supported by something else. They're more of a synergy unit, and unlike the riflemen, who can focus quite well on their own, or of course also supporting each other, but still, they are more apt at sort of fighting on their own, whereas Volksgrenadiers really need to fight with something else to sort of really gain any effectiveness, although that can be pioneers, a bike, Schwimmwagen, other Volksgrenadiers, an MG or the sniper. We are seeing riflemen going pretty aggressively up here, might be hoping to cut off the fuel and of course go straight for the high munitions point. Really aggressive play from the American, that's what we like to see. We like to see the American player being aggressive, putting on the pressure, and of course the job of the Wehrmacht is to sort of counter that aggression, stop them, grind them down, then take the initiative and begin sort of fighting back. Pioneers here, they'll manage to get one rifleman down, but I doubt they will make it back home. Pioneer squad down for only 1 rifleman. That's not really good manpower economics. Although it looks like the Americans are lining up here, and looks like he was able to sort of wire off this area, otherwise someone could have snuck past. Nice move here, taking up position here, and of course note he's wired off the cover, so the opponent can't rush up to said cover and of course use it against him. That's a nice little move there. Taking up cover behind. We are seeing engineers trying to cut the wire, but they were focused down quickly, thus ensuring they could not. Now we are seeing of course sneaking up here, using this thing to essentially get very close to the Wehrmacht, of course now in a bit more shitty situation. Well, certainly not a good one. Volksgrenadiers taking heavy losses since now the riflemen are up close, and they do have the advantage there. Thus quickly sending the Volksgrenadiers packing with only minor losses themselves. MG42 though moving up. And will there be additional units out for the 13th anytime soon? We are seeing in fact a sniper, interestingly enough, which is a rather common start for some Wehrmacht players. 2 Volksgrenadiers, an MG and a sniper. That way they do have a lot of attritional ability through the sniper. At the same time, they can't really hold a lot of territory, and they're not necessarily good for strong punches, but they can drain an American player out if they're doing it all right.
Sieg, sniper ready.
Well, the sniper's having a bit of trouble as of late. Right from here, they're getting pinned down by the MG42. And the American encampment. All is well. Might be getting some upgrades. No, we are in fact getting a jeep to try and stop that damn crouch sniper. That's nice. Volksgrenadiers is moving up to support the sniper, who's a bit on his own, though he is now draining the life out of the Americans with his who's actually his Gewehr 43 he's been equipped with. And there we go, jeep moving in. We are seeing a bit more of a focus there on these with Flamethrower engineers as well. Looks like we are seeing a supply depot up as well, or supply yard actually. Yes, the yard, not the depot. I believe that might be StarCraft, which you do hear so much about. But mines going down there, that's great. Mines are always nice, securing the west, although usually you do want to hold this area. For some reason though, the 13th rather focused on the west instead, which is a bit curious. Not usually what I'd recommend, but I suppose if he wants to hold that, good for him. Right from here, getting sniped through their faces, taking some nasty losses. Americans might be trying some push up here, and there we go. Jeep moving in to try and sort of get the sniper, although he's badly positioned right in front of the machine gun bunker. And in fact, oh dear, the bunker actually got him. And that actually also, plus of course, allows the pioneers to salvage the jeep for anything that could be traded in for munitions. No, they set up a Krieg barracks instead. And of course we see here why a motor pool. Of course he doesn't know that's going up, but he's got a pretty good idea from it due to the fact that he's seen no BRs, no grenades or sticky bombs for that matter on the rifleman. He's heard no snipers or anything like that, so the usual then thing is to assume my opponent is going for a motor pool. If there's a larger delay, then my opponent is going for a tank depot. Those are sort of things to sort of try and remember. There's usually sort of bits like that which can sort of give an idea what your opponent is doing. Volksgrenadiers with medic packs, that's nice. These pioneers could definitely also use a bit. Bunker up, but the American really has most of the map. He's in fact pretty much cornered in the Wehrmacht, if you sort of notice here. Not really a good position again. The problem is here that the 13th so far doesn't really have a lot to fight back with. They have essentially 4 units, 2 of them are infantry units, but the rest are support. And that's rather limiting the amount of things they can do. In particular, that armored car which could be coming out in soon could definitely make things worse. Rather than pushing up here against the Volksgrenadiers on the western flank. They are taking losses. Snipers doing what they can. MG42 nowhere. Ooh, bunker going up, though that could be a medic bunker. That would be a good move. Sniper needs to retreat. Rückzug, Männer. Flamethrowers pushing up. And there we go, the medic bunker. More mines going up to cover the flank there. That's good. And of course, notice this is now pretty exposed. He's mining there to ensure the bunker doesn't get hit from the flank. Lovely, lovely. But again, it's looking a bit tight for the Wehrmacht. They have been pushed back pretty grimly. And there we go, armored car rushing in. Has to be careful. He hasn't gotten the armored skirts up yet. Oh, just in time as he hits the mine. Absolutely lucky. And he did not suffer a damaged engine or anything like that. That was incredibly fortunate. It didn't, well, go any worse than that. I mean, had he not had the armored skirts, he would have lost an armored car. And had been really lucky, that would have been a sitting duck to an anti-tank gun. Rifle being pushed here back, though. Volksgrenadiers and snipers proved to be the combination going up here for the strategic point. Drawing off some of the American forces towards the north, perhaps meant as a distraction, perhaps not. Armored car repaired once more. Although there, of course, is another mine, so the armored car should be careful now with the 50 caliber. Anti-tanker. Oh, it fires and it misses. But now the engine is destroyed. It's caught right in front of the enemy. Engineers. Oh, they set off a mine, taking heavy losses. The armored car is exposed. There's no protection. Volksgrenadiers move up, firing off the panzerfausts, and there we go, blown to bits, and the gunner gets himself one hell of a ride. Small victory right there for the 13th Volksgrenadier Division, and we are seeing some nasty losses up there. But finally the Wehrmacht does seem to be a bit more on the move. We are seeing another armored car arriving, staying away now from the west, which is not a bad idea. We are seeing an additional anti-tank gun up, and we are now seeing Grenadiers on the way as well, adding some much tougher units to the Volksgrenadier division. And in fact, it's time to have a look at Schwerpunkt, who's got 4 riflemen, some engineers, and an armored car. He could do with a supply upgrade. No, he's instead going for a Attrition center, which could also help. And of course, a medic station would also be of great usage. Armored car moving up, 50 caliber firing away. The Volksgrenadiers were themselves considered as a sort of modern infantry division, in that they would have largely, well, theoretically were supposed to be largely equipped with assault rifles, with only 1 squad in a platoon equipped with rifles and sort of more MGs, though the rest would also have MGs, though. But yeah, messing around a bit there. But still, they were sort of the first ones there. Trouble is, of course, they couldn't quite get the equipment, nor could they quite get the training. So they were sort of more of a 3rd, 2nd ranked division type, which were mostly meant for defensive work, although some were pushed into the fight, and they were also generally much lower in infantry than a regular infantry division. Plenty of mines here by Schwerpunkt, though. That is good, preparing, of course, for the opponent to move forwards, and of course that is a great move. Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers firing up. We are not seeing a sniper nearby, we are seeing the pack, though. Slightly pulling it back, though. He might be worried, of course, the infantry here might get knocked out. Mine goes off due to a grenade. Absolutely good show right there by the 13th. Rifle now taking heavy losses. Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers tearing through them. Armored car being cautious. He knows there's a pack around. Of course, he doesn't know there's a second pack, but he's not taking any chances, strangely enough. And that looks like to be an engagement won by the Wehrmacht. It's Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers. Medic bunker so far has yet to pick up any wounded. We are seeing fresh mines. We're also seeing the armored car has been salvaged. Good. Jeep was also salvaged. Very good. That gives more munitions. Plenty of mines here. That's lovely. Lovely, going to make it much harder for the Americans to actually attack into that air territory. Plenty of resources, though, hanging about here. Armored car pushes up here on a more exposed flank against another Grenadier squad. 50 caliber and 37mm gun, hammering away, protecting the territory of Uncle Sam. Oh, Fraps. And to my new viewers, I do apologize. Fraps is known for occasionally being a complete and utter bastard that doesn't want to work with me. It has been more stable lately, but it still likes to make trouble. Tragically, in fact. But there we go. Still using the armored cars nicely on the flanks. I mean, some like to use the armored cars as tanks. That's not necessarily the best idea. I mean, they can really do a lot of more damage on the flanks, which were more their job. You know, flank protection, flank harassment, reconnaissance, and you know, make it much harder, because then he's also forced, you know, to throw about his assets, thus spreading him further out. Of course, I imagine that is the purpose of Schwerpunkt's attack up there. You know, spreading out the opponent, spreading out his anti-tank assets. But he is floating a bit of resources. I'm not keen on that at all. You could at least also consider getting a medic station, whereas his opponent, of course, already has the medic bunker, which is lovely. Very nice to see troops getting reinforced. And looks like we are seeing a building going up. Yes, a tank depot. The 10th armor now going for the armor. Going to hammer their way, and we're already seeing the armored doctrine, so he's clearly lining up for some armored punch. And again, in that sense, spreading out the anti-tank assets of Kissaguy could definitely work wonders. But a tank depot on the way should be interesting to see. Hiccups, curse you! Curse you, hiccups! Almost as much as flaps when it's acting up. But there we go, the tank depot is ready. Should be fun to see what will be coming out of that. Probably a Sherman, possibly a tank destroyer. No, he's going for the Crocodile, although actually it was known as the Zippo. The Crocodile was the British tank that was known as that. The Americans rather like to name their tanks after lighters. The Sherman was actually named by the British after a lighter as well, the Ronson, but that was mostly because of that tendency of catching on fire as easily as a Ronson, which was sort of a, you know, disposable lighter unit. Always started something like that easily. So a bit of fun there. But the Americans named their flamethrower tank the Zippo, not the Crocodile. The Crocodile was the British Churchill tank with a flamethrower.
Fixed up and ready to go. This is
Points being taken, and of course I can't respond while I'm in a replay, of course. And of course that it will, if you are friends with me, it will tell I'm in skirmish. Still, I can't respond, so usually try to remember that for all my new viewers. There we go, first crocodile ready. Grenadiers pushing up here. Grenadier. More veteran Volksgrenadiers in this case.
The Huns are taking our territory.
Usually, though, a Volksgrenadier division will have a company of Fusiliers, which is sort of a reconnaissance unit, but at the same time, they're also the elite unit of a division, usually the best men with the best equipment. In that case, the Grenadiers could certainly fit their bill. And we are seeing another grenade. We're seeing an armored car pushing up as well, rifle hitting the flank, and these Grenadiers need to get out of there. Oh, mine goes off! Oh, he lost a rifleman's squad. That was bloody unfortunate. And again, that's also a vital thing, you know. In this case, since we've seen it happen twice, be careful about fighting around your own mines. They can be set off. And of course, you could also try and, of course, set off your own mines in some cases. If they're like stuff like telemines, if you can, you know, try to set them off if there's enemy infantry about it. It can really kill them. Minesweepers still pulling up. Crocodile hanging back, and he's getting 2 crocodiles. That's pretty rare. We'll of course see what sort of sinister pyromaniac plans will be pulled up. Anti-tank I'm pulling up here though. Nice position, for some nice open view here. At the same time, it can't quickly get rushed. Although if it gets flanked, it's pretty much buggered. There's of course someone decides to mine these avenues, in which case this is an alright position. Grenadiers pushing up. Pioneers getting stopped by that Greyhound. Second flamethrower wielding Sherman moving up. And that could prove to be a problem. Could actually quickly overrun a lot of things if one is not careful. And there's something like, say, a mine in the way. But sadly, it seems like the 13th Volksgrenadier Division has been rather neglectful. Although it looks like they are getting some armored car support. Probably from the 21st Panzer Division. Lending them a bit of aid. And some more mobility, I suppose. Moving up the rifleman, he's clearly screening the way. Oh, he caught the pack right there. And there we go, crocodiles rolling in. Mind you, if you upgrade them with the bulldozers, they actually get more health. And there we go, 2 flamethrower tanks rolling into town. And there we go, I mean, they are pretty good at quickly clearing out packs, that's for sure. And flamethrower engineers, this is certainly a bit of a problem, although they can't really do anything against the armored car, but that's about it. That's really going to cause them a problem, as they can wreak absolute havoc on everything else. And there we go, medic bunker in a bit of trouble. MG's being pushed back, and he's going straight for the base perhaps. Yes, indeed, he doesn't care about the medic bunker. Scorching the MG gunners as the retreat. Volksgrenadiers pulling up. Pack being sent in right here to sort of not be pushed too far ahead. Oh dear, absolute burnination. 7 kills already for the crocodiles. And they're absolutely burning through the Grenadiers. 6 kills on one, which has already gained veterans. One increasing its speed, if I'm not mistaken. And we are seeing anti-tank on fire. 8 kills. That's 13 kills already on the crocodiles. We are seeing another crocodile moving up. It's apparently hit a mine 7. In fact, damaged engines. Others are escaping now, eloping. In fact, tank destroyers adding into the fun. No, it's not pulling out. It's not. He might be going for that war machine to really add insult to injury.
After one of our munitions points.
And he's going to lose another pack. Another. Oh no.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, the inhumanity. And these Grenadiers also going to catch on fire. 7 and 9, that's 16 kills. Rarely seen crocodiles do that much damage. Everything's on fire. Tank destroyers adding in, knocking out the armored cars. Although it has been damaged. What is this? Schutzwagen? They didn't really have that around that period. They were mostly one belonging to the 21st Panzer Division in Normandy, although it's not really even a Schutzwagen. The Schutzwagen, as we know it, was actually an assault gun. This is pretty much only a tank destroyer. So we'll just refer to it as a Marder. So that would actually be more fitting in this case rather than the Schutzwagen. which could also deal with infantry.
Enemy unit down.
Although not sure Volksgrenadiers had martyrs, but I suppose it could have been an addition from somewhere else. There. So there we go, though, a small little martyr there. Tank destroyer for some heavy anti-tank fire with its Pack 40, though, again, Volksgrenadier divisions didn't get that. That was mostly actually for regular infantry divisions. What was more also unique about a Volksgrenadier division was it actually had either Hetzers or Sturmgeschütz in its tank destroyer company, which rather gave it the small advantage of actually having some armor in sort of assault gun fashion. And there we go, one crocodile down. The other one could be going back with repairs. Of course, there we go, you know, replacements. Geschützwagen just firing away. There doesn't much wreck the wreck. Tank destroyer rolling into town. Absolute carnage for the 13th Volksgrenadiers. And there we go, tank destroyer rolling out on the flank. Geschützwagen, Marder could be in trouble. Ooh, destroyed engine, but they can still fire. More grenadiers on the way, and absolutely heavy losses for the 13th. Pretty much lost all of their infantry. They only got one pioneer squad and the sniper back. Otherwise, there's a pack and armor car, that's about it. They've been absolutely cleaned out by the crocodiles, and of course, more are on the way. Absolutely insane. Of course, he could begin salvaging them. He could go blitzkrieg. He could go for a manpower blitz. That could turn things around in terms of that, I would argue. And the medic bunker is actually somehow still standing. More mines going off, paying themselves again for the 13th. But again, lots of crocodiles to actually salvage for munitions. Lots. Another one pulling up. Geschützwagen in dire need of repairs. Could also do with some veterancy. Would give it damage resistance. Of course, veterancy 2 would give it a quite effective machine gun. Right there. Crocodile pulling up. And on the eastern flank, another crocodile pulling up. He's getting ready. That naughty Schwerpunkt. The Wehrmacht already reeling after one assault. Now the crocodiles are pulling for another assault. And they can actually damage, it looks like, the Geschützwagen. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, it can. My goodness, that's actually a bit of a nightmare. And Veterans 1 already for another crocodile, increasing its speed. Oh, the Inhumanity pack recruit, it looks like. And the Geschützwagen holding out against the crocodiles, but not really well. Pack 40, though, doing its lovely job. Pioneers in trouble. In fact, a lot of the 13th troops are in what you'd call a lot of trouble. Crocodiles rushing in, and more grenadiers, more pioneers just catching on flames. It's an incendiary hell, inferno even. Pack moving up, and he's just getting pushed further and further back into space as the crocodiles just tear through everything, and they're getting replaced instantly. Tank destroyer rolling in, trying to clear out the bunker. I mean, not the anti-tank bunker. There's nothing like that in the game. Oh dear, and Veteran G2 for this crocodile. It's already killed 14 and knocked out a bunker. Another crocodile gone. No vet doctrine at all, though. That's pretty bizarre. Would recommend something. More units dying. The grenadiers are gone again. All the pioneers are gone again. Everything's gone again. It's just horrific. And this MG, I have no idea what it's doing. I think it's a bug because I can't actually select it. So, oh my goodness, he's just had his machine gun found physics completely bugged up. Tank destroyer, though, quickly rolls out of control, but
we are losing ground.
Oh dear, the luck's not with the 13th. And it's a complete massacre. I mean, really, those two crocodiles, well, 4 I suppose in the end, have really caused absolute carnage just indiscriminately murdering left and right. And there we go, equipping with the Grenadiers with a Panzerfausts and an LMG. He needs as much firepower on whatever infantry remains. So I suppose that's valuable. Also, rather fun thing to note, the Volksgrenadiers actually didn't get a lot of packs either. In fact, their tank destroy companies for the infantry battalions and regiments were actually equipped with Panzerfausts pretty much. The only packs would have been in the sort of divisional anti-tank unit. And looks like we are seeing terror. Looks like the 13th are desperately hoping for the Königstiger, the Tiger II, to save them against the plague of crocodiles. That's 6 crocodiles on this map so far, if I'm not mistaken. That's not nice. Pushing through here, crocodiles once more, going for the kill, for the throat. Oh dear, he's lost his Geschützwagen. He's down to the packs. Oh no. This is not good. Tank destroyers are being pushed back. Might be, and it is actually upgun the Puma, so it actually can deal with armor. Oh dear, another pack went down. Another MG has arrived as well. Perhaps recruit. And again, we're just seeing lots of fire being spewed out at the Germans. 5 kills on 1 crocodile again. I mean, they're absolutely raking up the kills. I don't think I've ever seen crocodiles do this much damage. Although, I mean, he's certainly done... The American has taken some damage. In fact, he's pretty low on infantry at the moment. He might, again, a medic station early on might have helped. But there we go. Königstiger arriving, and the crocodiles are absolutely powerless before this mighty machine. The armored car, though, is in a lot less grand situation as it's facing off against tank destroyers and an anti-tank gun. Crocodiles trying to get out of there. And the armored car's lost. Tank destroyer manages to get away. Victory points being taken, absolutely desperate bit by the Wehrmacht, by the 13th Volksgrenadier Division, as they have lost quite a bit due to the rather insane flamethrower assault by... Oh dear, he's losing pretty much all of his crocodiles. He's down to 1 crocodile, veterancy 1, but still they have done absolutely insane damage. Propaganda war shoring up the last remaining things. Grenadier Division needs to stop up. There we go. LMG firing. Engineers charging in. Will they be able to stop them? No, the flamethrower wave simply pushed them back. King Tiger pulling up against the riflemen. Has to be careful. Could get these sticky bombs. Could these sticky bombs. Tank destroyers rolling up. Anti-tank gun. In fact, as well. And that nasty flamethrower tank's getting prepared again. I don't like you anymore. That's not very nice. Then again, considering the damage done, can't say I blame him fully. I'd also be a bit incendiary in mood. It was clearly meaning in a bit nicer way. Anti-tank guns pulling up. Opening up on the King Tiger with a damaged engine. Armor-piercing rounds could really hammer it in. But this has been quite the fight. Certainly pretty irregular, not the sort of thing you see every day, put mildly. King Owl, good to know. But both sides have taken losses, but again, I mean, the American really did the most, but he'd also been losing a lot of infantry, it seems like. He needs to regain, and again a medic station early on would have helped him, I think, in that regards. Packs firing away. Anti-tank guns firing in return. Grenadiers advancing with LMG and Panzerfausts. No veterans at all, besides a bit for the armor and vehicles, or the infantry and vehicles.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
King Tiger rolling in to hit from the flank. Engineer suppressed. Whatever shall salvage the 10th Armored Division out of this situation, this stalemate which has come despite their most insidious assaults on the German base. Let's go look at Schwerpunkt. Looks like he might go for Calliope's. Although I would recommend a Pershing in this case, I think. And also retaking some of these points and continue cross-training the Wehrmacht. These trees continue to burn, it seems.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off.
Riflemen running into a bit more trouble than expected. The King Tiger firing away with machine guns and, ooh, propaganda wall. Completely forcing them away. Clearly the Wehrmacht is sort of focusing on just holding 2 victory points. Crocodile, ooh, sneaking in for another base assault, perhaps hoping to clear out some more there. Very naughty that, or perhaps hoping to get the anti-tank gun, I'm not sure. What is going on? And rolling in, 7 kills. Panzerfausts and Pack though might not actually make it out of there. What does it want to do? Another Grenadier squad arrives. And burning away the Pack. Another one recruited by Grenadiers. The Pack does go down, adding a few more kills to that vicious Draken from the depths of the American arsenal.
That should get you back in the war.
Of course, the Americans were not the ones to exclusively have flamethrower tanks. The British had their own. They even equipped the Bren carrier with a flamethrower, calling it the Wasp. The Germans had the Flampanzer III. They even converted a French tank to be a flamethrower tank. They had flamethrower hetzers. I think they even had flamethrower Stooks. No, not that necessarily, but flamethrower hetzers. Riflemen pushing up here, and the Soviets had their own. They converted T-34-76s, which by that stage, the later stage of the war, wasn't quite as useful. So they made plenty of flamethrower tanks out of that, and thus used them in the assaults. So plenty of flamethrower tanks for everyone. Several tank destroyers lining up. Another Crocodile. He does not give up on those. That's for certain. King Tiger all repaired and nice and dandy. Whatever shall happen. Grenadiers leading the attack. Clearing out the major threat to the King Tigers. The anti-tank guns. King Tiger moves up, going in after the tank destroyers.
Weapon crew
Grenadiers moving up, and there we go. Anti-tank gun cleared out. Grenadiers want to get out of there. There we go. Rückzugmänner. And there we go. LMG firing on the anti-tank gun. Panzerschreck going off there, and there we go. Both anti-tank guns down. King Tiger can now move in. I said he can now move in. Pack moving up, in fact, though. Tank destroyers forced back. Another Crocodile arrives. Could be getting a Pershing anytime soon. And will he be trying to recruit? Americans in a bit of dire trouble, although they are moving up here again. Could be trying to flank through here and go for the victory point while everyone's occupied here. Grenadiers, more Grenadiers, Riflemen, heavy losses. Flamethrower trying to sort out everything else, but it is getting hammered. The era of the flamethrower tanks might be over now.
Enemy unit down.
And no more shall Volksgrenadiers speak in hushed tone of crocodiles streaming through the streets and burning everyone to a crisp. Allied war machine getting popped up now in a desperate bid to break through, or at least do some damage. Crocodile down, and he's going in for the packs or the MGs. Anti-tank and recruit another. Oh yeah, and there we go. Allied war machine no longer affects him, and he loses 2 tank destroyers on top of what he recovers. Not good, not very good at all, in fact. And we are seeing a firestorm, I imagine, being called in to try and neutralize the anti-tank gun, but he does manage to escape, instead just blowing up the ground. quite the reversal. The King Tiger saved everything. It would seem like. Flamethrowers and Grenadiers fighting over here in the east. And the Crocodile once more falling upon unsuspecting German victims, burning those Krauts and turning them to sauerkrauts. And a Calliope, he's actually gone for a Calliope, not a Pershing, bombarding the entire area. Pack, oh, gets anti-tank gun, gets turned into a pack, I suppose. Recruited by the Grenadiers. Oh, engineer squad down. Crocodile in dire straits again. King Tiger pulling back, not wanting to risk too much. But an absolutely armoured cemetery. American tanks litter the streets. Well, of course, American tanks and tank destroyers. Quite a few losses, in fact. So that's certainly a sight to behold. And the LMG sorts out another anti-tank gun. Quickly pulling back before the Americans can respond with their BARs. Now it rather looks like the 10th Armored Division is pretty much gone. Oh, another Grenadier squad getting burnt, and now they're veteran to make it even easier for the Crocodile to do damage. Panzerfausts flying through the air. And another LMG. Plus a heavy machine gun as well. Or perhaps that's the same LMG, actually, come to think of it. Right, when they are exposed to a lot of machine gun fire, and the King Tiger adds to the fun. I do hope we will be seeing the King Tiger in company use too, perhaps with the other turret, the one which looks a bit more impressive. Rather than advancing, the MG heavy machine gun is cleared up. More Grenadiers though, and of course the LMG still firing from the building. King Tiger, of course, also a ever-present threat against riflemen.
Germans are seizing territory.
Salvaging a lot of the munitions, and the Crocodile once more goes to town in the German base.
We have territory cut off from supply.
Clearing out an MG if it could just hit the bastard.
Enemy unit.
There we go. And gains veterans who won. Fancy that. Calliope is in trouble. No supply upgrades. Tisk tisk. Very much tisk tisk, and looks like
Allies are down to
the Allies are getting drained pretty quickly of victory points now. Plus they're pretty much losing the map. Lots of munitions, which perhaps early on could have been spent on mines, I think. Speeding things up. Oh, mines go off. Tank destroyer down. Another one. You're not fun at all. Grenadier supporting the King Tiger. Nice to see. Nice to see. Definitely not looking good for the Americans. Another Calliope barrage. Hoping to stop some Grenadiers. Not quite succeeding though. He might be soon be getting a Pershing. Very soon.
Germans are after one of our munitions points. Base is under attack.
Siastic as the other fellow. And looks like another anti-tank gun gets recruited, but there we go. Pershing can be called in. Pershing. There we go. Grenadiers coming under heavy fire. There we go. Knocked out by a Pershing shot. Riflemen adding to the fun. And there we go. Anti-tank gun helped by the Germans firing away. And veterans who won for the Geschützwagen. About time. Getting burned ever lightly. Question of because will the Americans be able to pull off an assault now? They've taken quite a beating. Crocodile rushing into the American base again. And rushing out, veterans who won. Pack firing away, there we go, the assault pulling in. Machine gun fire, pack fire, and propaganda war. Crocodile down, the last of the crocodiles. Allied war machine being unleashed as the Pershing rushes into the midst of everything. This is pretty much Schwerpunkt's last desperate bid for victory. No doubt about it. That Pershing is going to go down pretty damn fast with the Geschützwagen, Pack, Panzerschreck, and a King Tiger firing away.
Enemy is down to 100 points.
Geschützwagen, no, not a pretty fast turner though. The Geschützwagen based off the Hotchkiss tank chassis made by Baustelle Becker in France. Originally intended for the Schnellbrigade, it was later given to the 21st Panzer Division, was then rebuilding after North Africa in Normandy. Pershing down. Another crocodile. And GG was quite the game, certainly not the usual standard fair what with all those crocodiles, and they were pretty damn close to actually winning him the game. Probably lost in the game was partly the rather effective mining though that the Wehrmacht had rather around here, but I think it was also a lack of medic station, all the infantry lost, which rather disallowed him to sort of keep up. And I think he also probably could have done more with more mines himself, and also it's a bit unfortunate tendency of fighting near his own mines, which rather caused him to go off in his own face. So of course those are vitals, but I mean it was pretty close, and rather what won him was partly he was able to keep things at bay until he could get a King Tiger. I mean the King Tiger pretty much saved his bacon, and it was rather the fact that the American was completely unable to somehow overcome it that rather lost him the game. Probably a bit too heavy focus on crocodiles, in fact one might argue, but again, lack of mines, lack of anti-tank assets. So there you go though, do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.